Hi guys, welcome to Millennial Movie Fan Channel. My name's Tyler. Today's movie review is going to be for Let 'Em Go. It's a new Kevin Costner, Diane Lane movie. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below, hit the like button, and share this video around to all your friends and family on Facebook, Twitter, all different social medias. That really helps us out, and it lets other people contribute to the film fan community and talk movies with us. Also hit subscribe, make sure you hit the little notification bell, that way you get alerts to when I post a new video. Sometimes videos don't make it in your sub box, and that's an issue that I face on a regular basis. I don't know why YouTube does this, but make sure you hit the little bell too. That way you get notified of all the new videos that are coming, and there are a lot of them. We got big exciting things coming up as movie theaters are starting to open. So with this review, I'm wearing my cowboy hat. I look more like Bono than I do a cowboy, I think, so maybe I should start singing something from Rattle and Hum for you. Let me just say, in the beginning of this movie, I was like, wow, Diane Lane's 55 years old. She looks great. She looks better than maybe she ever has. I was like, whew. So the premise of this movie is there's a couple, and they have their son who passes away and leaves behind a widow and their grandson. The wife remarries, and she takes her son with her new husband off wherever they want to go live. And Diane Lane, who is the grandmother, with her husband, Kevin Costner, find out that the new husband is abusive to both the grandson and their son's ex-wife or widow. And they decide to go after them and find them and make sure everything's okay, to help if they can, to bring the grandson back home with them. That's ultimately Diane Lane's plan. And Kevin Costner's like, this is tough, man. If the mother doesn't want to do it, what can you really do? And damn, they do a lot. So they're on their way back down to wherever in the South or across Midwestern U.S. It's very Western-like. You get that cinematography of like Western sprawling landscapes and hills, and Diane Lane's got a cowboy hat on, and flashbacks, Kevin Costner's got a cowboy hat on, which, you know, the director was like, put that friggin' hat on. He's probably like, spent 50 years wearing that goddamn hat. I don't want that hat back on. He wears a cowboy hat. So there's a scene where they're driving up and they're sharing cake, which is nice. It's little moments like that that I think were important to build these characters up, because you love the actors in this movie and you know that they're going to be great together. They were actually Superman's parents in Man of Steel, so the chemistry is there. But this movie kind of just jumps right into their, like, let's go get them back, and you don't really have time to like sit with their relationship or how they deal with their son being gone and what that's like on their own relationship. You just see externally they're like worried for their grandson and his widow. So you get that throughout the movie, and I think that that's good that they chose to focus on that. They have like a scene where they go to dinner when they're in town, when they finally find where they're staying, and they have that scene where they talk about each other and their relationship and whatever. And if they didn't do that and they skipped over that and just went right to like the action that you get at the end, which I mean is okay. It wasn't like an action movie. It was more of like a drama, a character piece, and you followed and you did care about the characters. You wanted the good guys to get what they wanted, and you wanted the bad guys to be stopped, and you wanted this kid to be safe and end up with his family. I just appreciated the character moments. I feel like that's what makes a movie easier to follow and get behind. But this movie also does tension really well too. It's very tense when they first show up at the family like ranch of the new husband, and his mother's just like psycho controlling woman. He has all these like hick brothers or cousins or whatever the hell that are like walking in trying to be intimidating goons. And then there's a scene in a hotel or motel or whatever Holiday Inn that they're staying at that, oh my god, they bust in the door, and what happens throughout that scene is kind of crazy. But that one's tense too, man, and it has you on the edge of your seat in that scene, especially with what's at stake physically. But I also feel like there's moments that were unnecessary, that if you have the RunPee app, it would tell you to go to the bathroom for those scenes. And unfortunately, it was a scene with the younger man, the Native American guy, and it seems like they just gave him a lot of the exposition of the story. Like, he always knows who's where and what's whatever, and that's just kind of like a plot device, and it felt like that was a little bit unnecessary. I feel like with going to get the grandson, they could have known where they were moving to, like somehow, some other way. I feel like the granddaughter could have left them a note or something, but then she would have been a willing participant. Either way, they could have had a situation where they didn't have to keep going to this guy for answers or for help or whatever. They could have worked around that, and it would have saved some time. It would have helped the pace of the movie a little bit better, and it would have just felt like a unnecessary thing, because I get what they were going for. They were drawing parallels with that kid's story and what this couple was dealing with, and it also fit with the Western vibe, but it's just like it didn't feel like it had to be in there. Nor did it bring the movie down, because these weren't necessarily bad scenes with the guy. He was a good actor. It just didn't feel like it fit. It felt like fat that could have been trimmed off this movie. Overall, I really enjoyed this film. I think if you like the actors involved, that it was well worth it. It's a good movie to follow. It's a good movie to go see. I think older people like this movie too, because it's a little bit violent, but it just goes towards the excitement. And then it's a great story, and you can identify with it. But I think people of all ages will like it. It's not super like action packed, but like I said, the character moments in it are good and the performances are excellent. Michael Giacchino did a great score, and as you're walking out of the movie and the music's playing at the end, it really cements it in your head that you're like, yeah, I did like this movie. I really enjoyed it. And you think about the music too, and you're like, yeah, the whole time the music was good. Most of the time, the score is great when it blends into the background and you don't even notice it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. If you guys liked it, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what you thought. And like I said in the beginning, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell for alerts when I post a new video. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I will see you in the next video.